Good morning, guys. Welcome back to today's video. It is March 31st. It is the end of the month. I'm going to be going over today's session. I didn't really trade it, I was mostly watching it. But essentially, I was overall looking for shorts. We have recently just a huge push to the upside here. Lower this. One break. Could be turning back bullish soon. But essentially, the structure stayed the same. The only thing was during the time there was this candle really that we were looking to trade. We're in a 1 hour order block. We've swept 4 hour liquidity. This is from yesterday. I had to take a very small position to keep my account active. Now, once we had swept 4 hour liquidity, we were sitting within a 1 hour order block. All I was looking for was my entry time frame to turn bearish. So here I have a break in my favor. I do have a liquidity grab right here. And if I compare this to my order flow chart, you don't see a lot of absorption or initiation. You see absorption, but you don't see initiation. So right here is the same as right here. We see a buyer get absorbed. Let's see how many contracts that was. 83 contracts. But we don't see initiation in this candle, nor do we see a retest. Now, there is something else wrong with this setup, and it's the fact that liquidity was grabbed before 7:30, so before market open. So really this setup is not super duper valid. It's valid, but it is less probable for sure. The probability class definitely drops. Now, we only have one break to the upside here, and so our next entry would be actually up here. So again, we look for the same thing. And what order block is this going off of? It's pretty much this guy right here. There are so many order blocks to choose from. That's the nice thing about this strategy, is that you can always just kind of find an order block as long as the fractal rules are still there. So as you can see, we tapped into the order block. So now this absorption is a bit better. We do see a lot of aggressive buying coming into the market, being absorbed by passive sellers. The only thing I don't see is initiation, right? Like if this bubble right here was a red bubble, I could count that as an initiation. I do see sellers trying to step in here, but they did not succeed. They did not get rewarded. So really, this is not a very clean absorption to me. The other section would be right here. Now again, this entry stays valid because we only have one break to the upside. We have aggressive buyers coming in, getting absorbed. Every time they come up to these price ranges, they get aggressive and they can't push price further. So there's no follow through, right? So the absorption is there. Now what I'm looking for is initiation from the sellers. Now again, I see initiation here, so I guess technically I could have gone in here. This is not super clean. A lot of sellers are defending their position like right here, right? Or even like you could say like that. The only thing about this guy is I don't exactly know where to place the stop loss because we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. Like, ooh, could have done the top. This would probably been the safest because there are a lot of sellers defending here. So I guess we have absorption, initiation, and the retest of that initiation, right? Where can we target? We would probably want to target these lows, so 640.50. I should guess there is an entry today. So right here, and a 3R was caught. That would have been the setup today. This happened at 840. So actually this is pretty good because again we have wick transfer, so this is just a liquidity grab. If price had broken above here, the setup would have been invalidated, but it never did. Again, here we don't have any initiation. Here liquidity grab was too early, also I don't see any initiation. I am curious, if I change my settings here to 50, what happens? Do we see more aggressive sellers come in? We do, but is 50 contracts too small? That is something I don't know. $56 contracts. So really our entry would have been here, right? Like after we absorb in this area, we see sellers initiate, more sellers initiate, and we actually get a retest. Now one thing I kind of want to implement, and I don't know if it's really going to help me, but I do want to implement Bookmap again. Maybe I'll be able to see passive versus aggressive a lot better, or absorption better. But I think in today's scenario, this is probably the best because, again, we have the absorption here, we have initiation. If I change my contract sizing down to 50, which I don't know if I should, but I could have gotten a better entry right here, right? We're retesting these sellers, or retesting the initiation, and from a 3R or 2.9 3R we turn into probably like we turn into an 8R. Literally top ticking that shit. But let's just say my contract sizing was, you know, stayed at 60. Then the clearest entry that I can see is right here. Again, initiation coming in from sellers. We retest these levels. Sellers are defending that level. Maybe on the Bookmap you see sellers reloading the ask or the bid. I'm not sure. I don't even know. But yeah, and then we drop. So that's not bad. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. We'll see what happens tomorrow for Wednesday.